And we know that it is coming from our pastor, Pastor Michael A. Smith. After worship the music by Voices of Deliverance. We ask now that you will listen to him as he gives the bread of life.
voices of deliverance.
Amen.
God knows we have a lot of Negro spiritual songs that we can sing.
Yeah.
And it's just such a blessing to be reminded of where God has brought us from. And also to be reminded of where God has us right now and where God is taking us. Before we go any further, let us pray. Here we are again. Oh Lord, calling upon your name. You are our divine Father. God, we would be nothing without you. Yes. But just because you are, we give you the glory. Lord, we ask that you come forth and speak through us. Lord, we can just touch one somebody. Today and know that you live. And knowing that the key is you. Oh God, we thank you right now. Be with this church, Antioch East Baptist.
Yes, Lord.
Be with all your churches. For every man and woman that has had your book for again. Lord, given the great works of God, we just thank you right now. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. I don't know about you, but God has been mighty good to me. I don't know about you, but if it wasn't for God on my side, I don't know where I would be. You know, we used to hear all those terms and never thought we'll be using them, but as we live longer, we realize that we need God on our side. This morning, I just cannot come into the house of the Lord without giving him praise. And this morning, I'm not one of those ministers or pastors that say, tell your neighbor, because we can tell ourselves. But I'm one of those pastors that believe in that we should give God his due. And I'm just asking you just for a moment, give God his due. Let God know that he has been doing this thing with you. Let God know that you love him. Let God know that he is yours and you are his. Let God hear. It feels good to praise the Lord, doesn't it? It feels good to know that the joy of the Lord floods our soul. And it's good to know without God, we're on a losing team this morning. But it's also who he is. We give him the glory. And thank you for praising God. You may be seated. You know, we're only 2 days away from the end of Black History Month. That's how we are. God just bless us. We come in quick. He raises us up. And before you know, it's going quick. But as I watch our church members and some of them in their African time today, it brings our mind back to where our forefathers had to go through the struggle. It brings our mind back to the sacrifice. And it brings our minds back to the victory. But even when man try to rob you of who you are, remember you're kings and queens by Almighty God. And also they can't take away who you are. You got to give it up. And before we go into our reading this morning, I think about this story of the lame man who wanted to be healed by Jesus.
That's right.
And he had heard that Jesus was in town and that he was healing. And everybody said that he's making a way out of nowhere. Well, this man tried to go along with his friends. He wanted to get in line because he heard about all the good news. And he watched what Jesus was able to do. He healed that person that was blind. He healed that person from their sins and their maladies, that formalities that was in their lives, and it came to him. And Jesus was coming his way. This man had been praying to God and saying, God, heal me. Make a way out of nowhere. But as Jesus was drawing close to him, he saw the great works that God was doing. And he had been praying, but then his mind started working in the common manner that he started realizing person, as Jesus got closer and closer, and Jesus got ready to lay his hand on him, he said, hold up, man, hold up. He said, if you heal me, will I lose my disability? Jesus said, do you want to be healed or do you want your disability? That was a decision that had to be made. A lot of times in life, we ask God to do things for us. But then when we realize it's going to cost us something, we hold back sometime on God. But this morning, we're going to stand strongly and boldly, trusting in God's word. I'm asking you to go to John chapter 16. We're going to read verses 20 through 28. And that's John chapter 16, verses 20 through 28. And will you please stand on God's word for those that are able. Again, that's John 16 chapter, verses 20 through 28. And it reads, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful. But your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is travailed, will have sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she delivereth of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. And ye now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man taketh from you. And in that day ye shall ask me nothing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name. Ask, and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. These things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs. But the time cometh, when I shall no more speak unto you in Proverbs, but I shall show you plainly of the Father. And that day ye shall ask in my name, and I say not unto you, that I will pray the Father for you. For the Father himself loveth you, because ye have loved me, and believed that I came out from God. I came forth the Father. I came forth from the Father and am come into the world. Again, I leave the world and go to the Father. Let us say amen. I want to focus on that 24th verse. Hitherto, have ye asked nothing in my name? Ask and ye shall receive, that your joy may be full. This morning, church family, I want to talk to you about something that is a 3-letter word. But I want to ask you, are you a joy carrier? Are you a joy robber? Are you a joy carrier? Or are you a joy robber? You know, if you look in Webster and tell you joy, it is that feeling of pleasure or happiness. You also find that it is a noun. But if you use it as a verb, you say rejoice.
All right.
Joy.
Joy.
In the Bible, in the King James Version, you will find the word joy 103 times.
All right.
And in the New Testament, if you look close, you're going to find it 62 times. Well, what is joy?
All right.
We live our lives searching for that word of completeness, joy.
Yeah.
You know, we often hear joy comes in the morning. We've heard that this world won't take away my joy.
All right.
We have asked others, what brings you joy?
Yeah.
We are dealing with a text where Jesus is with his disciples. The time is drawn near where it's time to say farewell, my brothers.
Well.
But in that same text we see where he tells them, just for a little while. You'll see me again. instead of just coming to the master and saying, what is this?
All right, all right. You got
But what the master would do was that he knew that they had to be spoon-fed. You can't give everything at one time. You got to have a process of trying to receive it, digest it, and there's times you got to regurgitate it because you got to send it back to somebody else to know that word.
Well.
But in our lives with joy, we find that there's a need as humans to feel pleasures, and there's a need to be happy. Happiness cannot be bought.
Well.
Short-term happiness can be bought now. We can buy things in life that give us these pleasantries. But sooner or later, it's either outdated. It does not suffice us in reference to what we need. We desire more. But there are times, even when we're at a buffet and our eyes are bigger than our bellies. We stack food on plates that because of the fact we paid for it. Another reason it just looks so good, we want it on our plate. But often we find at least 50% of the food that we put on our plates, we end up throwing it away. I thought I could, I just can't consume anymore. We've just taken a blessing from another person that really could have eaten that portion that we have disposed of.
That's right.
These disciples are sitting around and wondering, what is the master talking about? What is he doing? He's going to leave us? But see, we remember from the very beginning, Jesus wanted to remind them it wasn't about him. It was about the Lord. It was about continually restoring the relationship. For our Wednesday night Bible study, we know we're working on that relationship. We're working on trying to redeem ourselves. We're working on trying to find favor with God. But what is it in the world today that causes us to be satisfied for a moment and seek a greater joy later?
Yeah.
You ask God to give it to you. He gives you what you ask for.
Yeah.
Then you go back and say, God, will you remember me once again? I need just a little different twist and turn. Joy is like oxygen. We need oxygen to inhale, and we also exhale.
Yeah.
We need joy because something about joy makes us feel as if we're complete. You know, there's 3 questions that I want to ask you today. One is, where's your joy plugged in at? You know, it was Sister Brittany talking about Wi-Fi, and she said, you know, you can't see it, but you know it's there. But where is your joy plugged in at?
Well.
You know, we often find our joy plugged into a relationship. As long as our significant one is happy, we're happy. You know, brothers, what they told us, happy wife is a happy what? Is that true or not? We often hear women that, my sisters, a way to a man's heart is to his. They said that was something that we did about the happy life and wife. You get to know what makes a person happy. That becomes your mission in life, to keep that person happy. But what about your joy? What about your joy in reference to you being happy?
All right.
Happy life, happy wife. To his heart, you got his stomach. You know, all that sounds great. But what about you? Some of us plug our joy into the outlet of employment. But we heard when they was talking about Sister Carol Brady Day when she retired in December of 2016. She would tell you, if you got your life plugged into a job, it's not going to last for a little while. Eventually, they are going to get rid of you. Are you going to say, I have reached retirement, it's time for me to move on? Many have retired and tried to figure out what to do with their lives after they retire. Even those that are working there trying to figure something to do with their lives, even while they're working, still trying to find joy. We find joy in our children. We plugging that up there, thinking that our children will bring us a complete happiness. In the word that we read, it talked about a woman giving birth to a child. It talks about the pain that goes through childbearing. But when that mother gets that baby in her arms, she forget about the pain until it comes to a time when the child challenges her. And she would tell them it took 45 hours and 32 minutes and 5 seconds to bring you into this world. But still they don't recall all the pain that they've gone through. Because the end results was worth it. Some of us got ourselves plugged into the material things that we have. Who has the biggest house? Who bought the latest fashion thing? Who is driving the fastest car that's just been created? We got ourselves plugged in also is that whose bank account is larger than the other? But then whoever bank account is larger than the other, we sit there watching the stock market, seeing how our money is coming in and how it's going out. Instead of being happy, we're sitting on pins and needles trying to keep what we have. And the other plug in, we plug into ourselves where it's about me, myself, and I. And me, myself, and I has often gotten in the way of the greatest joy of happiness we can truly have. What is your joy? Are you a joy carrier? Or are you a joy robber? Are you one of those that get up in the morning and say, I'm going to be happy no matter what? I had a brother come into my study this week. Brother Jay said, wait, if I say it was you, isn't it? Came in my study and said, you know what, Pastor? I wake up, I'm going to be happy no matter what. I'm going to tell myself, even if it's cloudy outside, I'm happy because of the fact it's just that there is some clouds outside. If it gets too deep for me sometime and I'm trying to walk in it, I'm just going to be happy that I can walk in it. We have to look at our lives and see what is it. Man is trying to search for true joy all of their lives. And they try to establish it and say, this was what make you happy.
Lord Jesus.
We buy self-help books about joy. I remember when the prayer of Jabez came out, everybody was running to the bookstore. Getting prayer of Jabez, they were reading it and saying, God is going to bless me. But the only thing that the prayer of Jabez did for you, it led you back to God's Word. We see these movies come out, and I will never forget The Passion of Christ. You got to go see The Passion of Christ. It was a profound movie. They said it'll change your life. But I got to ask you, where's your DVD or your video in reference to The Passion of Christ? What bookshelf is it on?
All right.
When was the last time you pulled it? Or it'll be on TV in a little while. I'm not worried about that. But we find these things that we think has completed us. But we realize that we can find ourselves sometimes being joy robbers. We rob ourselves of joy. We rob ourselves because of the fact we cut God short. We rob ourselves because we think that's all that we need is that particular thing. But it's not that thing, it's that person, it's that being that we need. Once you are plugged in, my question is, how's your connection?
All right.
You're plugged in there, but how is your connection?
That's right.
Yesterday we had an opportunity to be with the youth of our church, and Sister Patricia and I, we had a ball with them and also the chaperone. And as I got in the car going home yesterday with Sister Patricia, I think she was at the table with Deaconess Morton and Mother Carruthers, And it was also over there was Sister Gail, Karen Gale. And I'm trying to remember the other person, but they would sit at the table. And as they were eating, there was a young lady next to them, didn't even know them. Asked if she borrowed their charger for her phone. Can I borrow your charger? Our question would be, first of all, I don't know you. And I don't know what you're going to do with my charger. And the next thing is, I just don't give my charger to just anybody. Suspect I use a fight over our charger. Charger don't fit my phone. That's my phone charger. And we live in the same house. But when we are connecting with God, we got to make sure we get in frequency. You know how the Wi-Fi is, Sister Brittany. It'll go out on you. And when it goes out on you, your whole world closes up. But in order for you to get joy, we already said that when you plug in it, but make sure that outlet is working.
All right.
How's your outlet working with God this morning? Are you plugged in with Him? Are you connected with Him?
All right.
I've had great experience these past couple of weeks with parents that have lost their children.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I ask and I ponder, why, Lord? And God reminds me, you don't know everything. You don't have every answer. But one thing you can be rest assured, I'm still God. But as I was speaking with those individuals I was reading over the week, and I read about Kimberly Hornsby, who was married to a police officer in Killeen, Texas. And she was a Christian, and she loved God. She and her husband had 2 beautiful children, and they prayed to God every morning and every night. They served the community. They were in church. And her husband, after 4 years on the force, went to work that morning. And when he had gone, she gave God the praises always, but he didn't come back. He was assigned along with the other SWAT team members to go in on a home, and they got into the home and fires was basically discharged. He and another officer was shot. He was the one to be slain. She said she asked God, why are you testing me? She said, God, why are you taking this away from me? When I have served you, I have loved you.
Yes.
And I've called your name. Why my children?
Well.
Why my life?
Have mercy.
It was okay to say, I'm disappointed, God. I'm even angry, God. But she stated that she didn't know where God was going to take her. Until one day, when there was another officer wife that was slain. And he didn't know what to do. God used her testimony to elevate others. In your lives, each one of us, no matter what we face, it's a testimony of your faith. But then I asked God, why Jesus? Why did you take your son to save all of us?
Thank you, Lord.
Why would you plug us in and connect us? He reminded me, you wouldn't be plugged, you wouldn't be connected if it wasn't for Jesus. So it had to happen in order for us to get connected. And as I prayed for those parents this week, I realized something. God takes those that are able to be used for His greater works. The brother and sister you sitting next to have not had the same ordeal or traumatic moment that you've had. It's because God knows that they cannot handle what you're handling. You don't want it. what you don't realize is how many people admire you.
Hallelujah.
And how many of them are looking at you because they said, if you can go through that, then I can go through that. If you can go under, God will give me the strength to go over.
All right.
It's something to be plugged in with Christ.
Yes.
When we look at the last 5 sermons, it says, make a joyful noise. Because we've gone through all the other songs that were about trials and tribulations. And we get to the climactic moment where it is about rejoicing. Today was your joy. I'm asking you, which provider do you use?
My Lord.
Amen.
Yes.
Some have Comcast.
Yes.
Some have Uverse. Some have all the others that are on the sideline.
Yes.
But every time your provider fails you, you go and call and tell them you're going to remove your vision. Or you're going to tell them you're going to get it right, or they won't see you again. What happens when your provider is Satan? What happens when your provider is God?
All right.
You have plugged in.
Yes.
You're connected. Now you want to make sure your provider is operable. You remember that with God, all things are possible. With Satan, God reminds you he has come to kill, steal, and destroy. Your joy inside of you cannot be bought. The joy that God gives you is everlasting. The joy that God gives you so that we can do all things. The joy that you are plugged into, that you know is connected, is the joy that say I am, that I am. But that same joy tells you, weeping, may endure for a night. That means sometimes, Sister Brittany, yes, the white house will go out. Yes, sometimes we won't be connected like we think we should. But remember that where God is always connected. Remember where God is, you always got a frequency. Where God is, no man can steal it. No man can take it. Where God is, I'm with you now. I'm with you tomorrow. I'm with you forevermore. Where God is, no man can come under. I think about the song, and it says something happened to me. And it tells me, oh, what joy that floods my soul. And when joy comes in, that provided you know it's safe, you can tell them, let me go. Don't hold me down. Don't stop my blessings. The God that you know, he is real. He is real. He is real. This morning I'm asking you, are you a joy robber? Are you a joy carrier? A joy carrier is someone saying, I'm going to be happy with Pastor Al will get a blessing. A joy carrier says, if he did it for him, he's going to do it for me. A joy robbery is, what she has, I want. Get her out of the way. Let me have the joy. Which one are you? Are you one of those that says, if he does it for me, he'll do it for you? Are you one of those that says, it's all about me? See, the thing is about our good God is that when you have this joy, it'll make you love your enemy. It'll make you walk and talk right. It'll make you say, God, I will get past this storm. And say, God, you may have taken from me, but you will give to me again. It may say, God, I have fallen, but you will pick me up. It may say, God, I'm confused right now, but you will give me a clear mind. But God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. The joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away from me. It doesn't matter if I'm young, it doesn't matter if I'm old. What it matters is that it lives in my soul. don't give your life to Jesus. You're robbing yourself when you sit there and say, God has not given me what I want. But God has given you what you need. This morning, if you know the Lord, this morning I think about, what joy flooded our souls when Jesus had to go to the cross. When they nailed him, it said that the world was happy with joy because they thought they had him. But he reminded the disciples that they cannot keep me. I will come again. And he came. But he said, I gotta move. Because the comforter gotta come. That comforter is the one that gives you that joy. When you say, I can't make it. When you say, I just don't feel like it's working in my favor. When you say, I'm tired of being tired. When you say, God, I don't know what you're doing with me. But know this. He's coming back. He's coming back because of the fact his word is true. You've allowed people to take your joy away from you. Let them know right now. Let's say, no, you cannot have my joy. You cannot take my blessings away from me. You cannot put me under. You cannot chain me down. You cannot make me sick where I don't want to live. You cannot hold me. We're loose no shackles. Because joy is in me. It's joy in you. Do you have joy? Do you know joy? If you know Jesus, you know joy. If you give your life to Jesus, you know joy. If you can love those that hate you, you love joy. Joy! 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 The God we have don't half step. The God we have don't miss a beat. He knows your heart. He hears your cry. Something happened to me. The doors of the church are open. But we know He touched me, Jesus. It's just good to be in the house of the Lord. This week, whatever you still do, don't let it steal your joy. Once we leave this church, we know the devil get busy, mother. Don't let him take your joy. And when you see that raising up against you, you identify what it is. You're trying to be my joy robber, but you're not going to have me. It's such a blessing this morning. And as we get ready to stand, we know that it is come for us to sing. Is it lift every voice? Lift every voice. As we're led by a choir, I want you to stand this morning. Sister Teresa, Brother Harold, God is good. Sister Patricia, you're not going to walk down together today, so you have to rush. But remember, lifting every voice, let it be known who we are. Just like yesterday we saw, we had an opportunity to see Hidden Figures. Yes. Did you understand? Garth Burn, Sister Mary Jackson, and then we look at the great one right there, Catherine Dunn. They were only 3 a minute. You are only few a minute. Let us lift our voices and reminding ourselves what was given, what was sacrificed, and what has been delivered. And I'm going to go ahead. So 477, for those that lift every voice and sing. There are those that know it by heart. There are those that can find it in 477. And I'm going to let that be our closing out for our benediction today. But lift your voices knowing that God has us. Our choir. Oh, yes, Lord.